course, it was an anticipation that she might be the very last of the witnesses, or certainly near the end of the witnesses, and so we now know that's happening today. Will it change anything in the campaign? Hard to know at this point, Richard, but this was an important day. She had no campaign events this weekend. It was all about taking care of this.
Kelly,
Richard?
Thank you so much for your reporting today. NBC's Kelly O'Donnell there for us in our Washington Bureau. Appreciate it. The Republican National Committee has responded to Clinton's interview with the FBI today. Their statement reads, in part, quote, Hillary Clinton has just taken the unprecedented step of becoming the first major party presidential candidate to be interviewed by the FBI as part of a criminal investigation surrounding her reckless conduct. That the FBI wanted her for questioning reinforces her central role in deliberately creating a culture which put her own political ambitions above State Department rules and jeopardized our national security, end quote. Joining us now is Sarah Isgur-Flores, former deputy campaign manager for Carly Fiorina's presidential campaign, Hadass Gold, media reporter for Politico, and Jason Johnson, politics editor at TheRoot.com and Sirius XM radio host. Okay, Jason, I want to start with you on this here. You saw the commentary here from the RNC. They are making a direct allusion to this first ever, and I'll go to the statement itself, saying the first major party presidential candidate to be interviewed by the FBI as part of a criminal investigation. Jason, does this hurt her?
No, I mean, it's just more ways Hillary Clinton's making history. I mean, she's been under investigation for years and years and years for things that she's done, things her husband has done. The Republicans are going to keep trying to beat this dead horse, but it's not going anywhere. It's not really affecting the polls anymore. And so at this point, if they can't prove that she did anything wrong, and the FBI hasn't been able to discover that she did anything that violates or jeopardizes national security, this just becomes more noise in the wind during a campaign season where no matter what Hillary Clinton does that's bad, there's something that Trump does that's worse 15 minutes later.
Sarah, so talking about Trump here, you know, he has come out against Hillary Clinton, Secretary Clinton, on this very issue. Will this be a talking point for several weeks until a decision does come down from Loretta Lynch, the Attorney General, or is this going to last even farther through to November?
I think it'll last through to November. Hillary Clinton's untrustworthiness numbers continue to climb, which is difficult considering how high they already were. In the last poll that I saw, they've now climbed to 66%, which is the highest that they've been. 66% of Americans don't think she's trustworthy. And to add to that, even for those who maybe thought that she hadn't done something wrong, although plenty think that there's some clear evidence that she violated the Espionage Act, Bill Clinton waiting on the tarmac, going into Loretta Lynch's plane, provides a lot of evidence that they wanted somehow to reach Loretta Lynch and to be able to talk to her less than 24 hours before Hillary Clinton would sit down with the FBI. You know, it's a lot of smoke.
What information do you have about violating the Espionage Act?
That Hillary Clinton, first of all, said that she had turned over all her emails. She had, in fact, not turned over all her emails. They are looking into whether her server was hacked, but regardless of whether it was hacked, she transferred material that she knew was classified, not in the sense that it was marked classified, but the Secretary of State knows which information is classified, and there is plenty of evidence that now that information absolutely at the time was not to be disseminated on a non-secured server.
I want to get to Hadass here. We do not have any information that she knew that any of the information at the time those emails were sent or received had classified information, by the way. Hadass Gold, to you on this right now, you know, this interview comes amid this controversy that happened on Monday. It's 5 days later now, but again, former President Bill Clinton saying hello, evidently is what they're saying, to the Attorney General, Loretta Lynch, and this has brought more attention to this idea that the Clintons seem to be acting in a way that says we're above the fray, if you will.
Right, and it's brought a lot of kind of unnecessary, what a lot of Democrats have said is unnecessary kind of chaos and distraction from the election campaign. I mean, it was just so avoidable. You know, why go on there? And then there were agents on the ground telling reporters no pictures, no cell phones, and that just adds to more of this, you know, I think what Sarah said, which was this smoke around it, which is why do that? You know, why bring that upon yourself? And it's kind of, some people are saying that that maybe Hillary Clinton Clinton would be better off if Bill Clinton kind of calmed down a little bit and went more back into the background. But it's a hard balance because he's such a good campaigner and he can be such an asset. But then at the same time, when he's working for other people, it can cause some problems.
Jason, now that this interview has happened today, is this going to close the book? Is this going to increase the talk about what has happened so far?
Well, I think Bill Clinton's meeting with Loretta Lynch has extended this story in ways that it shouldn't have been extended. Hillary Clinton's interview with the FBI today, that should have been the end of it. It's not going to be the end of it from a campaign perspective. And here's the thing to remember, and I think this has to do with her volunteering for the interview and Bill Clinton meeting with Loretta Lynch. Sometimes covering for yourself makes you look more guilty than anything you did, right? Tom Brady throwing away his cell phone doesn't mean Deflategate actually happened. It just means he looks guilty. And I think the Clintons, because they're so busy doing corrupt things all the time, sometimes when they're actually not guilty, they still act like it, and it makes the story seem worse. Because after all these investigations, starting with Benghazi and emails, there has still been nothing found that was absolutely illegal that she did or that damaged national security.
We've got breaking news to get to. Jason Johnson, thank you so much. Hadas Gold, Sarah Isgur Flores, I thank you all three to speaking with us on this very topic. To the break.